They called it the Ghost Planet. No one knew how long it had been there. An invisible world locked in orbit around a dying red star, detectable only through gravitational distortion. No light, no heat, no reflection. A perfect void. I was part of the crew of the Argos 9, the first manned vessel to ever make contact. The mission's purpose was simple: scan, land, and study. But when a planet refuses to be seen, something about that silence starts to feel deliberate. The closer we got, the quieter the universe became. Our comms faded, even our ship's hum seemed to retreat. The stars outside our viewport blurred, as if something around the planet was bending not just light, but time itself. Then, for the first time, the sensors caught a flicker, a faint blue halo rippling around an outline that shouldn't exist. The planet revealed itself not through reflection, but through motion like a shadow shifting in a mirror's depth. Commander Rhea ordered descent. No one argued. Curiosity always wins before terror. The surface was glassy, black, and silent. The gravity was normal, but the air shimmered faintly, like heat distortion over ice. When we stepped out, our reflections trailed a split second behind our movements like echoes that didn't want to catch up. Dr. Huffle pointed his scanner toward the horizon. The crust isn't solid. It's resonating, almost like memory storage. That was our first mistake thinking it was something we could measure. The second was staying when the voices began. It started with whispers in the suit, audio faint, delayed transmissions, repeating fragments of our own sentences. Then the voices started replying, not with words, but with tones our voices bent backward, answering questions we hadn't asked yet. By hour 3, our telemetry was fractured. The orbiting Argos 9 kept flickering in and out of radar. The ship was there, but not there. That was when the ground opened. At first, it looked like a reflection moving on its own. Then the reflection cracked and split downward into a chasm that glowed faintly blue. Inside was a lattice of metallic threads stretching into infinity. Between them drifted forms human shapes, translucent, suspended like data ghosts. Rhea whispered, "They're alive." They weren't. They were what was left behind. Every movement they made echoed seconds before it happened, like their time was stuck on playback. Faces without substance, looping fragments of memory, trapped in the gravitational field. When one turned toward us, its expression matched mine exactly. Huffle tried to record it. His camera glitched instantly, freezing on an image of his own face, eyes open, mouth screaming. But he wasn't screaming yet. When he did, the sound matched perfectly. We ran for the shuttle, but the world around us folded like a hologram. Horizons bent inward, cities of metal flickered in and out of existence, each pulse revealing glimpses of other timelines. We weren't seeing the planet. We were seeing everything it had ever absorbed. Rhea's voice shook. The orbit isn't stable. It's feeding. Her words made no sense until we looked up. The red star above us pulsed violently, threads of energy flowing downward into the planet's dark atmosphere. Every time it flared, another ghost appeared, new faces screaming in silence, joining the endless loop. The ground beneath us began to vibrate. My suit read seismic activity, but the readings weren't natural. They were synchronized. A rhythm, a heartbeat. We reached the shuttle. Its surface was covered in frost, even though there was no temperature drop. The frost moved. Patterns spiraled across the hull, forming symbols like constellations rearranging themselves. Huffle tried to override the launch. The controls refused input. Every command echoed back with reverse text, like the system itself was answering in delay. Then the ship spoke in his voice. "Stay, observe the orbit." That wasn't a system message. That was him from moments in the future. Rhea made a choice. She detached the shuttle from the planet manually, firing the thrusters at maximum. The ship trembled violently. For a second, it worked. We lifted, breaking through the blue haze that wrapped the surface. Then something followed. A shape, vast and fluid, like a silhouette stretched across the horizon. It rose behind us, made of light and reflection, mimicking every movement of the shuttle. When Rhea tilted upward, it tilted downward, our perfect opposite. The higher we went, the colder the light became, until the stars disappeared entirely. The creature, or whatever it was, merged with our shadow. And then it entered the ship. One by one, the panels flickered, the lights dimmed, and the reflections inside the cockpit stopped matching our movements. I watched my own reflection turn its head before I did. Then it smiled. Rhea aimed for orbit, but the planet's pull didn't weaken. It intensified. The gravity wasn't physical, it was mental. The world was thinking, remembering, dragging us back into its history. Haffel collapsed, convulsing. His visor flashed images faster than the eye could follow: cities, faces, alien constellations, all collapsing into a spiral. Then silence. His body froze mid-motion, like a paused video. The reflection beside him kept moving. By the time I realized it, Rhea was gone too. Her seat was empty, yet her reflection was still in the glass, staring forward. It blinked once and whispered, "You'll orbit too." I tried to break free manually. The engines roared, then stuttered. Outside, the blue light curved upward, folding space into ribbons. The planet expanded, impossibly large, as if I was sinking into the very image of the world. Everything inverted. Now I'm still here. Or something like me is. The Argos 9 drifts in perfect orbit, neither falling nor escaping. The ghost planet glows faintly below, its surface now alive with reflections. Thousands of them, orbiting in synchronized silence. Sometimes I see another shuttle below, repeating every movement I make. Seconds behind, I can't tell if it's my reflection, or another version of me trying to escape. The instruments say I've been in orbit for 3 hours, but my last log entry says 32 years ago. The Wraith Orbit doesn't decay, it remembers. It keeps everything that ever touched it, folding time until memory becomes reality. If anyone finds this transmission, don't come near the signal. The planet doesn't want to be found. It just wants company. And in the silence between each orbit, I can hear it whispering my own name.